Futuristic off-road combat vehicle. This is BlueBrixx set 108318. It was released in March 2025 for about €50. This construction block set consists of 1227 pieces, which are compatible to bricks by other building blocks companies like Lego, Mega, Fantasy, and so on. BlueBrixx doesn't seem to have the licensing rights to publish the set with the vehicle's correct name. Of course, this is Halo's Warthog. Let me quote Wikipedia. The M12 Force Application Light Reconnaissance Vehicle, nicknamed Warthog, is a fictional armored fighting vehicle that appears in the Halo video game franchise. An anti-infantry military light utility vehicle with a rear-mounted weapon turret. It appears in most major Halo titles as a drivable vehicle. And yeah, that's definitely what we see here. I have never been a big Xbox guy. I always preferred the PlayStation 2, but nevertheless, Halo is a title that I have played. And, well, I remember back then when the game was released, I had much problems with controlling the Warthog, but yeah, maybe a decade later, when I gave the game a second run, for some reason I didn't have any problems at all with driving the Warthog, so I have no idea what was wrong with me back then. So, as you can see here on this image, the mounted weapon seems to be a machine gun. But when we have a look at the BlueBrixx website, where we get to see more product photos, there we can see that this isn't the only weapon which we can attach to this vehicle. There are also two other weapons. Alright, I think it's time to have a look inside this BlueBrixx Specials box. Specials means simply that, it doesn't come in a colorful box, we only get this rather boring box, but I don't think this really does matter much. Have a look at this! This is a pleasant surprise. Normally, BlueBrixx special sets don't come with building sections. The bricks come unsorted in unnumbered bags. But it seems that this set here comes with numbered bags. Wow, that's cool. And those numbers are immediately recognizable. Often with BlueBrixx Pro sets we have the problem that there are building sections and the bags are numbered, but you have to search endlessly for the numbers because, they are so tiny and always printed at another position of the bag. This here is absolutely perfect. And I think this is my first special set which comes with, I'm not quite sure if we get building sections, but at least with printed bags. I only know of another set or another series of sets which are special sets and come with building sections, and that's the re-released sets of Blaustein Castle. Alright, but since this is a special set, we do not get printed instructions. We have to download a PDF file from the BlueBrixx website. I already have done that. And when we have a look at the instructions, we can see that everything immediately starts with step 1. So at least the building sections are not mentioned in the instructions, but I guess we should be able to start with opening bag number 1. Oh, those huge pieces which we need in the first step here, those bricks, definitely can't fit in bag number 1. Oh, here's another unnumbered bag. But the pieces aren't in there either. Oh no, the bag is numbered, it's 15. Is there another bag with the number 1 on it? Oh, here even is a bag with a rather unrecognizable 3, 2, 12, 4. No, there is no other bag with the number 1 on it. So where do I find these bricks? I guess at least the pins are in the first bag, but where are the bricks? Maybe in bag number 2? Nope. It seems that those bricks are in bag number 13. Okay, then the whole thing isn't a pleasant surprise. The numbers are completely useless. Like always, we have to open all the bags. I'm not going to sort the pieces by type. I think with the amount of about 1200 pieces, it should be possible to simply empty all the bags on the table and just start building. Normally I say I have to sort my pieces with an amount of about 1000 pieces, but I think 1200 should be doable too. Alright, I will come back to you as soon as I see something interesting or something simply doesn't work as intended. I will start with step 1 now. The necessary bricks for the first building section were in bag number 14. Step 9. They might have tricked me with the numbered bags, but nevertheless, we really got a pleasant surprise. The bricks they use for the set are really great quality, it's amazing. Have a look at those bricks. The injection holes are barely visible, that's perfect quality, and yeah, the bricks just feel very nice while interlocking. Those are great bricks. There are only very few pieces which I don't like so much. Here, have a look at this 2x3 plate. It comes with a rather big injection hole, but I think that's more or less the only kind of pieces which comes with these injection holes. All the other pieces really have great injection points. It's amazing. Wow. I hope they do this with all their newer sets. I don't know if they have changed the brick supplier for their special sets, or their supplier simply uses new tools now to create the bricks. I don't know, but nevertheless, I love the result. Those are great bricks. Step 20 is a bit annoying. We have to place a 1x4 plate, or to be exactly, we have to place 4 of them at this position here. Oh, let me try to do it. But the thing is, back here there's also a stud, the 4th stud, which has to be interlocked. And of course I can't get my finger in there. So I simply use something which I can stick in there and push down the stud, and hopefully this will interlock it properly. Well, it seems it didn't work. Oh, I think I have a better idea. We can push from up here. Let me try to stick in this bar. Yeah, now the plate is interlocked. That's cool that we got this gap up here. I didn't notice it before. And now I have to do this with the other 3 sides too. I'm still stuck at step 20 because I just noticed that I have placed this shock absorber the wrong way around. The black end has to be up here. Oh damn it, I think this isn't so easy to fix. I have to take apart quite a huge chunk of this build. And have a look here. We put through the whole build Technic axles. They are as long as the build is wide. And this isn't something you want to work with that often. Damn it. Luckily, correcting my error wasn't too difficult. Fortunately, I didn't have to pull out the whole axle, and so I was able to fix the whole thing quite quickly. But now it's time to go on with the actual building steps. Step 40. I think I have mentioned this in several of my videos. I'm not a LEGO Technic guy. And because of this piece here is completely unknown to me. According to BlueBrixx, this Technic steering wheel hub holder with 2 pinholes was introduced by the LEGO company in 2013, and until 2024 it appeared in 23 sets. Step 42. I'm really not good with remembering Technic pieces. I have no idea if I have ever used this piece before or if it's something new to me. Well, to LEGO Technic builders, this definitely isn't a new piece. The LEGO company introduced this piece in 2011, and so far it appeared in 201 LEGO sets. It's a axle and pin connector perpendicular split. Step 66. In this step we are using a building technique that BlueBrixx really likes to do a lot, and I showed you this technique in a lot of videos. This technique is done to inverse the building direction, to turn anti-stats into normal stats. So, we do this with the help of pieces which the LEGO company doesn't use. These only stats, single stats, Kobe stats, ironing beads, whatever you want to call them. And then we get this bar here. So what we do is that we use this bar as a tool, stick it in our stat, and then we place the stat at the position of the anti-stat, which we want to turn into a normal stat. So in this case we get these pieces here, and we want to get normal stats here and there. So what we do is that we place the anti-stat at the right position, then we push it down with a fingernail, and at the same time remove the bar. And now we have turned this anti-stat into a regular stat. Now let's do this a second time. Oops. Here sometimes it's a bit difficult because the anti-stats are so deep. Alright. Just like this, and now we can place it here. Step 99. At the moment we are building the seats, and I think we just have used an illegal building technique with which I'm not really happy. So we have built these backrests, and with the help of these bars here and those clips down there, we want to connect them with the rest of our build. Those clips here look like this, so we got these 1x2 plates with, a clip instead of one of the stats. And the problem is that they sit way too low in our build. They are way too deep down there. And because of that, when we place our backrest there, they do not properly connect with, the bars do not properly connect with the clips. I think only the tip connects. So there is some kind of connection. The backrest doesn't fall off, but we do not get to hear this nice popping sound. This here is a proper connection, and we need a bit of force to unlock it again. But the seat here isn't properly connected. Have a look. I can remove it without any problem with just 2 fingers. Everything stays in place, but I'm never a fan of illegal building techniques, and I'm not sure if this even might damage the pieces over time. I mean, the clips are under tension at a position where they normally are not. Step 109. I'm still fascinated by these cool bricks, and I really don't know which manufacturer made these bricks. Have a look here at the number. The numbers start with a B, so I don't think that those are Go bricks, but Kunlun bricks don't start with letters, do they? Normally, BlueBrixx uses Kunlun bricks for their special sets, but I really can't say which bricks these are, by which producer they were made. Huh. Strange, but very cool. Step 112. Having great pieces doesn't help at all if you do not manage to get a complete set. It's so annoying. We need 2 of these corner plates here. One goes here and the other one goes there, but the set only does come with one of those corner plates in olive green. What I'm going to do now is to use these 3 1x1 plates, which are spare pieces from my collection. It does the same job, but I'm really annoyed that the set is incomplete. I'm going to write BlueBrixx that I have a missing piece. And yeah, I guess it will arrive in about a month. So annoying. But for now, I think these pieces here will do the job quite fine. I hope that we are going to place other pieces on top of them, and so it won't be visible at all that I have used 3 1x1 plates instead of a corner plate. Step 135. Connect string to winch. What? Which string? Oh man. I will have to see if I have a string somewhere. There definitely didn't come a string with this set. And also the next step says connect black hook to string. It's the same string, but I don't have a string. Is there a string in the inventory? There is no string. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna look for a string. Luckily, quite recently, I built the BlueBrixx Viking longship, and one of the set's strings was left over. That's why I can use here a string like we know it from other building block sets, and I do not have to use a simple thread. Step 137. Have I attached the string correctly? It looks a bit strange that way, but in the instructions the string isn't shown at all, so I can't really compare. I'll just leave it like that. Step 138. Once again we got a missing piece. We need 2 of these corner plates, but there's only one of the black corner plates left in the set. According to the inventory list, there should be 28 of those pieces in the set. I have no clue how many pieces we have used so far. I hope that so far we have used 26 pieces, and this is the 27th piece, and that only the 28th piece is missing. Once again, I'm going to use a piece from my collection. Step 148. We need another of those single studs, and guess what? There is none left. Luckily, I have collected enough of those pieces over the years, so I got one from my collection which I can use for this set here too. Step 180. We have completed the vehicle itself, but what's still missing is the mounted gun. And yeah, there are 3 different guns which we can build. I actually think we can build all 3 of them. And we are starting with this machine gun-like thing. Step 183. In this step, we are using another piece the LEGO company doesn't use. Once again, it's a piece needed to reverse the building direction. You can see here it looks a bit like a plate with studs on both sides, but it's way thinner than a normal plate. Here, that's a plate for comparison. So, I would say the piece is as thick as a plate with its studs. So the piece with studs on both sides is as thick as a normal plate with studs on it. Step 199. This is a totally weird building technique that we see here. We are going to add to these lightsaber handles this tire. This is definitely not a technique that I have seen before. That's crazy. Step 203. We have completed the machine gun, and it uses a second quite interesting building technique. So you can see here at the side, there we got the machine gun's ammunition, and it's held in place down here with the help of a screwdriver. We simply have to stick the screwdrivers through, one of the segments of the tracks here, and then it keeps the tracks down there, which are supposed to be ammunition. Very interesting. Okay, now I think in the next step we are adding the gun to our vehicle. Like this, I think. I probably should do this with two hands, I guess, but it's doable with one hand. Yeah. Let's adjust that a bit. Oh, that didn't work at all. Yeah, it's so fragile. You should use two hands for the weapon here. I probably would have done this within seconds if I didn't have to hold the camera. Oh, come on. Oh, crap. Alright, let me put the camera down for a second. Yeah, with two hands it's absolutely no problem to place the gun here in the vehicle's back. Well, for me, the build would have been complete now. This is the way I want to display my Warthog, but since there are so many pieces left, I'm also going to build the other two turrets. So let's continue with this one. Step 231. We have completed the Gauss cannon. In the next step, we are supposed to add it to our Warthog, but since I already have added the machine gun and I also prefer the looks of the machine gun, I'm not going to add the Gauss cannon. I'm also not going to add the rocket launcher, which we are building next, but nevertheless I will build it. Step 271. We have completed the rocket thrower, and with that we have built everything that can be built in the set. So this is the rocket thrower, and as I said before, I'm not going to add it to the vehicle because I simply prefer the looks of the machine gun. Well, this sounds a bit strange. I don't really prefer the looks of a machine gun, but I think this Halo Warthog simply looks more iconic with the machine gun. And yeah, I think designer Adrian has done a perfect job. This vehicle definitely is immediately recognizable as Halo's Warthog. Adrian, by the way, is the guy who also designed a lot of those BlueBrixx Star Trek sets, so he seems to be the BlueBrixx guy for science fiction sets. He really does a great job with all his designs. Well, we are going to have a closer look at this vehicle, but we are not going to have a look at every detail because in the different games also the looks of this vehicle, or at least the details of the vehicle, differ, and so I don't really know what to compare it to. I haven't watched the TV series. Maybe this is designed after the vehicle from the TV series, but for me, it's the vehicle from the first Halo. Some of the details, of course, are always the same, like the shape of the windscreen, or that this little part here of the olive green bodywork is placed above the windscreen and stuff like that. But I think, for example, here the front looks different in several other games. Maybe this is how it looks like in Halo 3. I can't really remember. I think in the first Halo there are lights on both sides, not only on one side. And I think also the winch is a bit wider, but those are really details I wouldn't complain about. You always have to remember that the game, which is now, how old is it, 25 years? Didn't have that many details back then, and yeah. The car just looked better in every new iteration of the Halo games. So let's start with the cockpit, I think. So you can see here on the left we got a steering wheel, and we can also see some controls in the back. Also in the center there seem to be some controls, or at least one control panel. I guess this is the gear shift. I don't really know how cars work in the future. Are there gears? I don't know. And yeah, you can see that not only the driver gets pedals, but also the passenger got here the pedals down there. I don't know why. And I also don't know what these little things here in the middle in front of the gear stick are. But it looks cool. And then of course we got these great seats. These are shaped so cool. Here in the front we got some lights and the winch. I can unlock the winch, and then yeah, we should be able to pull something if we want to, but that's not something we're going to do now. Here we got a roll protection, this roll bar. And here in the back is the turret mounted, and it sits on a turntable, and so we can point it in every direction. Also up and down. And yeah, the machine gun comes with a lot of details. I really like this building technique here. You can see the ammunition, and here's some kind of shield to protect us when we got shot at. And I think these are the things you press your upper body against, so that, yeah, probably that you do not get too much problems with the recoil. Is recoil a problem with mounted weapons? I don't know. I have zero knowledge about weapons. I think these are steps, so we can enter the vehicle. And yeah, here in the back we got a bumper and also some lights. And on the underside there isn't really much to see besides the suspension, which works really great. Have a look here. It's a cool vehicle. And yeah, we could replace this weapon here with, for example, the Gauss cannon. And yeah, it looks more or less the same here from the back, like the machine gun. And yeah, I don't really know what to say about this cannon. I think it would have looked also quite cool up here. And then of course this here is the biggest cannon. It's the rocket thrower, the biggest weapon. And this is actually quite heavy, so I don't know if it will stay in the right position. Let me place the camera for a second. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it is able to stay in position. But it's quite heavy on the upper end, so you have to pay a bit of attention how you are placing it. And well, it's cool that we got these, let's call them replacement weapons. But I will display my Warthog with the classical machine gun. Well, to build this thing was very much fun. The instructions were clearly understandable, but the only thing which wasn't shown in the instructions is this thread here in the front, or the string. And since the string wasn't even included in the set, I guess it's okay that they didn't show it. I don't know. I'm still not quite sure if the set really was supposed to come without string, or if it was a missing piece. And talking about missing pieces, that's really something which annoyed me with the set. I had, I think, 3 missing pieces. Or 2? No, 3 missing pieces. A corner plate, 2 corner plates, one in olive green, one in black, and one of these only studs was missing, and that's always extremely annoying. Okay, a black corner plate is something which you might have at home, so you can use it, the piece from your collection. An olive green corner plate, on the other hand, isn't that common. You might have it at home, or like I did, you might have other pieces you can replace it with. So I replaced it with 3 1x1 plates. But it's just annoying that these pieces are missing. And for people who don't build sets by, or at least a lot of sets by alternative brick building companies, let's call it like that, normally do not have any of those only studs at home. They might place instead some ironing beads or something like that, but this really is annoying that that piece was missing. Luckily, I have enough of them, so for me personally it isn't a problem. But I think with all the other BlueBrixx sets, I always got a lot of spare single studs. But this is the first time that none of those pieces was left over, or to be precise, that even one of them was missing. But the missing pieces is really the only annoyance with the pieces at all, because I love the quality of those pieces. I'm not sure if, as I said before, if the producer has got new tools now, or BlueBrixx uses another manufacturer for their bricks, but those are great bricks. We do not see any ugly injection holes on the completed build, and this time it's not the case that all these injection holes are covered with tiles. We do not see them because they simply do not look ugly. Those are great injection points. The only ugly injection hole that we can see here is here below the windscreen on this black corner plate. And this black corner plate comes with an ugly injection hole because it didn't come with the set, the plate. It's my set, it's my plate from my collection. Yeah, that's the position where one of the plates was missing and I had to use my own plate. And that's the only reason. So, on the one hand, of course, it's better to have pieces which look ugly instead of having missing pieces, but I really like what they did here with the other pieces. They look so cool, and I don't know if it's just me, but I believe that they even feel differently when interlocking. So I really hope that this is the new standard for BlueBrixx pieces, or at least for their special pieces. I fear they will go on with Xingbao pieces for their pro sets, but if these are the new pieces for their special sets, this would be extremely cool. Maybe these pieces here still have quite ugly injection holes, but I can live with that. Even the ingots look great now. That's so cool. I love those pieces. Well, what else can be said about the set? I don't think there's much more to say. It was a fun build with, sadly, one or two building techniques which I didn't really like, but nothing severe, nothing which makes the set unbuildable. It comes with awesome bricks, and if all bricks came with the set, if there weren't missing pieces, then I think it would have been a really, really cool set. It is a really, really cool set. It would have been a perfect set.